Hello, hello. Welcome to the parent meeting for High School Company for Synergy Academy. I'm Shannon Mortensen. I'm one of the owners of Synergy, and I'm the director of the High School Company program here. Just a few things before we get started. If you meant to come to any of our other meetings, team or just our normal company, we have already had those parent meetings, and you can visit those parent meetings on our website. No, on our YouTube channel under the Live tab. If you want to ask any questions, we're going to do that through the chat. Make sure that you are logged in to your YouTube account, or if you're on your phone, you are using the YouTube app so that you can send in questions. There is about a 40-second delay, so it'll take me about that long to see it. So I will always be going back to questions. So don't worry about it. I will definitely get to all of those. All right, let's get started. So High School Company is designed specifically for dancers who are on high school drill teams that are planning on dancing in college specifically. So we offer extensive training to help prep them for those auditions. And I just want to brag for a little bit. Collegiate dancers coming from Synergy, we've had 12 go to UVU dance team. We've had 7 on BYU, 7 on Weber, 6 Southern Utah University, 5 of U of U, 5 Utah Tech, and then we also are representing several other schools as well. So we've had many dancers and many more dancers to come that will dance competitively in college. Okay, the schedule is only on Mondays. Because it's only one day a week, it's a really high level of commitment. You have to make sure that you are there at all times as your drill schedule allows, and you have to be able to pick up choreography really quickly, and you have to be able to have those skills so that we can just move forward at a rapid pace. This is the tentative schedule. Definitely ballet will be at 4:30 p.m. on Mondays. It is 1 hour, and I traditionally teach that class. A lot of drill teams, that's still a little early for them, so that is optional. Some drill teams they have the A-B schedule, so some teams they can come roughly every other Monday to ballet, and that's an option as well, and we'll kind of get into that in just a little bit. The 5:30 hour is choreography. This is a little different. 6:30 to 8:30, it's going to be a 2-hour training block most Mondays. A lot of times that will be technique. We will be having guest instructors come in. We will be doing hip hop training as well. We are not going to be competing a hip hop number for High School Company next year. Instead, I want to do training so that every member of High School Company can be part of that training, instead of it just being limited to the girls who are in that line. And then 8:30 to 9:30, we'll do another choreography block. Dancers will receive weekly schedule updates. They get this on Sunday, and that tells them what the schedule is on Monday. Tells them what their training block will be if there's any changes. So often instead of ballet, we'll have like an extra choreography hour, or maybe we extend the choreography hour, or maybe it's Miss Drill, so we just cancel it altogether. And that is not sent to parents. It is only sent to the dancers. So it is important that they can manage their own schedule. So we will tell them what their schedule is, and then the other half of that is they have to tell us what their conflicts are. So high school prom, extra drill practices, going to nationals, anything that they have on their drill team schedule that conflicts with High School Company, the dancer is required themselves to report that to me and the other coaches. Dancers are also given weekly homework via video, and they are expected to rehearse that during the week and show up the following Monday ready to roll. I went over this just a little bit. The training block will rotate between technique and hip hop, and that will be guest choreographers as well as in-house instructors, Synergy staff. Speaking of Synergy staff, Joelle Banford, myself, Brooke Pando, and Kirsten Stout, they will work with us the majority of the time. Okay, tuition. So since ballet is optional, or you can come to ballet every other week, it's a little tricky. So for the whole block, if you're doing the full ballet class, it's $155 a month. If you're going to come to ballet roughly every other week, it's $145 a month. And if you can't make it to ballet at all, it's $135 a month. So that's like 5 hours, 4.5 hours, 4 hours. This is a discounted rate. So if you pulled up the tuition scale on our website, 5 hours is actually $165 and $155 and $145, like respectively. However, because we will just cancel high school company on some Mondays, and we'll do that for a few reasons. Usually it's all drill related. Most people are gone to nationals, or maybe it's Miss Drill, or maybe there's like a big workshop we want everybody to go to. We just cancel class. So we just discount the tuition every single month because we know that's going to happen. Okay, so for choreography, this is also different this year. We're doing a non-prop year. So we're not doing a high school production. Instead, we're going to do 2 large groups, 1 line, and a small group. So that's 4 numbers, and every dancer will be in 2 out of the 4. And there's more options that we'll get into in just a bit, but that's what is required. So to go back, excuse me, to that schedule. So you'd have a 4:30 p.m. ballet class, and then 5:30 p.m. would be one of their choreography hours. Then they would go into 2 hours of training and then finish with their other choreography block. And we'll split those up differently. So they won't be in the same group for each dance. We'll mix that up. Okay. And we will also rehearse all 4 routines every week. Synergy is building another very large dance studio within the building, so we have a little bit more room. So we are excited to get those kids training, rehearsing consistently in all of those choreography blocks. Another change, high school company will attend 3 conventions only. So this year we also did, and in previous years we've done a competition only event. Next year, simplifying it, we're just doing 3 conventions. We don't have any dates for that yet. Our normal company does 4 conventions. So what we typically do is we put them all on the calendar. Then when I gather all the dates for, it's usually prom, let's be honest, prom's always the problem. I gather all the dates with what may conflict with all of the high schools that we have, and from there I just drop one of those conventions. Choreography fees we're going to talk about in a minute, so I'm just going to pause on that. Okay, so our choreographers for this upcoming season, Kylie Bronk will be doing the lyrical, Ali Ducher will be doing a jazz. Those are most likely going to be the 2 large groups. And Brooke Panda will be doing an open, and I will be doing a contemporary. Then later in the season, we have Haley Payne coming out, and we have Angel Mamalidi coming out. Those dates aren't locked in yet, and October is definitely doable. November gets pretty sketchy for drill teamers, so I don't expect a lot of people will even want to add, but we do have a few diehards that may want to be part of even more choreography, and we will cross that bridge when we come to it. So this is just kind of worked out so great. Both Kylie and Ali are coming during the same dates. So block your calendar, August 9th through 12th. It will not be every single one of those days. Once we have the team selected and I gather everybody's schedules, we'll figure out a time that will work. For some reason, if you're out of town, you're probably not. I think that's the week before school starts and drill practices are back in session. However, if for some reason you can't come, you would find someone to come in your place to learn your choreography. So you would still be placed in the number and spaced in. Then Brooke and I, we will set our choreography dates later. We can negotiate that a little bit better because we are both Synergy faculty. And the choreography for Brooke and myself is $100 a dancer. So expect to pay one choreography fee of the $250 and one choreography fee of the $100. Oh, that is actually the end of the slides. I went through those pretty fast. We're going to take a look at some fees in just a second. But if you have any questions about what I've gone over, mainly just any scheduling questions or choreography sessions, go ahead and drop those into the chat. Otherwise, let's keep going here. Okay. Let's make this just a little bit bigger. Okay, these are the fees for 2026 and 27. So we want to come down here to row 12, that's high school. So for fall tuition, you're looking anywhere from $135 to $155. And this should actually be, I'll change that right now, 4 to 5 hours a week. All right, so tuition is paid at the first of every month from the months August to May. I have had a few questions about summer options, and they can take some summer intensives, but summer is not required. So I'm going to kind of hit that at the end of everything. All right, so let's get down to competition fees. So right here on line 17, they're going to have one guest choreographer for high school. So this is all of your fees. You've got your costume, your choreography. Convention we'll talk about in just a second. That's down below. Your competition fees. We're not going to do showcase. I always cross my finger and just really hope that the high school kids can do showcase, but it never works out. So we're just taking that off the board. Then we have a few other things that will cover all the prep work that we do to get the routines ready and to staff all the competition events. Right here you see a total. So for your guest choreographer, the total is $838 for the season, and we break that up into 9 monthly payments of $93. That payment is due mid-month. So tuition is due the first of the month. This payment is due mid-month. Okay, so then your in-house, that's Brooke and myself. You have a total of $688, and 9 monthly payments of that is $76. So you're gonna have a 93 plus a 76 so far for that team fee. Okay, then we're gonna come down to conventions, and these are just tentative. We don't quite know exactly which ones we're doing. These are the ones that we hope that we get to. And as you can see, there's 4 listed, and High School Company will do 3 out of the 4. And so this would be another addition to that team payment. So looks like it's between $38 and $41. Okay, so your convention tuition. Now, if your dancers earned a scholarship, you're obviously not going to be paying the tuition for the convention. So everyone's fees are just a little bit different because some have scholarships and some have scholarships to different conventions. Okay, that is all for the fees as well. And the chat's been pretty quiet, so maybe I'll just hang out here for a second and see if anybody has any questions about fees, scheduling, how audition. Oh, I should definitely go over how auditions work. I will be right back with that. Okay, and I'm back. Let's just move me right back over here. This is so important because registering for auditions is a two-step process, and you must do both, and preferably in order, or you're going to get a phone call from us. The first step, you fill out the online registration form. This is so important. We're going to ask you a million questions. We're going to ask you what your age is going to be as of January 1st, 2027. We're going to ask you what school you go to. We're going to ask you uh, usually we ask you how many dances you want, but you're going to be doing 2 required. And we'll ask all of your contact information. So that's super important. And then step 2, after you've done step 1, you'll be redirected to your parent portal. And this is where you're going to select a time to come. And high school company is a week before normal company auditions. It is May 14th, and it's starting pretty early. It's starting like right after school. So they will come and they'll audition in front of myself, Kirsten, and Joelle. And they will have an across the floor combination, and they will also have a routine that they will perform. I'm going to go back to, trying to find workshop week. Workshop week, okay. So this is super important. Workshop week is May 11th through 14th. So May 11th, we will have workshop classes for our high school company kids that are auditioning. If you are currently on high school company, you do not need to pay for workshop week. Workshops will be during the normal Monday block that you've already paid for. So if you register to come to workshop week, that means you're going to be paying twice. So please don't register, just come. You're already on the list. And then you would audition on that Thursday. If you've done step 1 and 2 by May 11th, in your parent portal, you will have a video already of the combination and the across the floor schedule, or the across the floor combination that you'll do at auditions. So if for some reason you can't come to workshop week on May 11th, you have that material and you can study it at home and still be well prepared to come May 14th. So we'll have combination class, a turns class, and a leaps class. So the combination class is obviously the routine combination that they will do. The turns are the turns that will be done across the floor, as well as the leaps. Also, we will be talking to these kids. I often find that they're super comfortable dancing in front of people, but they have a hard time using their voice. And one thing we really like to teach them in high school company is how to advocate for themselves so that they can eventually be an ambassador and a good representative of a college dance program. I think I went over this. So if you're currently on high school company, please don't pay. If you are new, then you do need to register because that is going to get you onto the list. 1 hour classes are $15 and 90-minute classes are $22. Okay, you can already register for these workshop classes. You do that through your parent portal. Okay, so just wanted to remind you that to register, you have to do 2 steps. One is all the information, and then go to your parent portal and register for a time. Okay, we've got a question here. How many girls usually try out, and how many do you keep? So we max out at 30 kids, and last year we had 50-ish audition. So sadly, we cannot take a good chunk of people who audition. And if your dancer isn't selected, we will reach out to you and just give you some options to get them ready to audition for the next season. That is a good question. Audition videos, I kind of went over this again. You must be registered to audition. That's how you get the video. It's going to be in that parent portal. Make sure that you learn the choreography before auditions. That has been a problem in the past, more for the younger kids. The older kids usually understand that and come well prepared. There is a skills list. So if you look in your parent portal, it will give you examples of what skills that we expect the dancers to be able to do for auditions. And of course, the videos will give you that information as well. Okay, so we kind of went over this. Auditions are in person. However, if you won't be in town, we do have an out of town option. If you're going to be out of town, you do step 1, just like everybody else. And then step 2, you would select, instead of a time, you would select, I'm going to be out of town. And you would learn the combinations from the video, and then you will submit a video, and that video would be due by May 18th. And we'll send you a link of like where to send that video if you are an out of towner. Audition results will be posted on May 27th at 10 a.m. and the results will be posted in your portal, so nowhere on social media. And at this point, you will know that you've made the company. You already know your intensive schedule. You don't have any required intensives, although at this time, this is when we'll give you some options if you want to add. A lot of kids like to do that in July because drill teams typically take most of July off. So we will have 1 week in July that would be fantastic for them to go to just to get some more technique in. You won't know what dance you are in quite yet. At this time, I will be asking for everybody's schedules. I'll want to know what conflicts, when they're available to learn choreography. And from here, that's when I'm going to build the choreography schedule. And depending on who is available when, a lot of times that just kind of goes into what dance they're in. Fall schedule will not be available quite yet to everybody, except for high school company. You already know it. And I kind of already talked about routine assignments as well. Okay, this doesn't apply. Okay, out of towners only have tentative placement. And so if you are an out of towner, we will ask you to come in to some intensive blocks during the summer, and we'll just do this like on a one-on-one basis. Or we won't do a solid placement until we've actually like seen them in person. So they'll do a tentative placement, they'll attend intensives. We have them wearing a number just so that it's really clear to all of our teachers. It helps remind them to take notes and videos. And then from there we would make final placement. This does not apply. Contracts will open June 15th and they close June 30th. Please no late contracts. If we haven't received your contract by June 30th, we'll just drop them from the company. There's so much that goes into that contract. It's not a very exciting read, but please take the time and read it so that you know what you are getting yourself into. Summer intensives we already touched on. Okay, we've already done that. Okay, I think we are good for that as well. Okay, all right. Okay, we're back to questions. Okay, we've only had one. You guys have been so easy on me. We've only had one question the whole time. I do feel like I kind of went through a lot of information and maybe that was kind of fast. After we're done here, this will be available to view again. And if you have a question, you can certainly email the office and we will get back to you. I am going to hang out here for probably just one more minute, just due to that lag in the chat. If you think of anything else, just shoot something over to me. Okay, while we wait, I'm gonna pull up another document because I also want to brag about how many high schools we have. We have so many, and I love that. I love that um, it high school company is a community where high schools all over the state can come and train together and be friends. Gosh, it's so small. My gosh, I'm gonna have to like try to remember this off the top. I can't find a list. Okay, but we have Brighton, we have Viewmont, we have Layton, we have Davis, we have um, oh, what's the one that starts with an S? Oh my gosh, Spanish Fork. No, that was Rosie last year. Um, it's out by Tooele. What's that one? Oh my gosh, I'm like gonna turn red right now that I can't even remember it. Drop it in the chat where all your high school kids are from. That's what we should do. Get our parents chatting with each other. We have Copper Hills, we have Harriman, we have Mountain Ridge, we've had Riverton in the past. Stansbury, thank you. That was the S name. Oh, Westlake, we've had, have, yeah. I didn't rehearse knowing all the schools. That's why rehearsal is so important. You don't get stage fright like this. Yep, I think I had Layton on there. Okay, well, all right. That's it. Olympus. Oh, we've got some from Olympus auditioning. That's right, we do. We don't have any this year, but that sounds like a fantastic addition to me. Okay, well, like I said, if you think of any questions in the future, um, oh, Brandy's coming in hot. Hillcrest, Corner Canyon, Cypress, Copper Hills, Brighton, Cedar Valley, Pleasant Grove. Yeah, just like all over the place. And honestly, I can't even remember what school people are from. Like, I don't even care what school you're from. Just like come dance, and just like love dance. And we just like love hanging out together. So, all right, that is all from me. And